Once upon a time, in a peaceful monastery nestled among lush mountains, lived two monks, Aiko and Takeshi. Aiko, a serene soul, was known for his strict adherence to the monastic rules, while Takeshi, his younger companion, respected the rules but often struggled with his inner conflicts. One rainy afternoon, the monks were returning to their monastery after a journey. As they approached a swollen river, they noticed a woman standing at its edge. She was distressed, unable to cross the fierce current on her own. Without hesitation, Aiko stepped forward. Ignoring the rule that monks should avoid contact with women, he offered his help. With a gentle smile, Aiko lifted the woman onto his back and waded through the raging waters. Takeshi followed, watching with a furrowed brow. Once safely across, Aiko set the woman down and she bowed in gratitude before continuing on her way. For the rest of the journey, Takeshi could not contain his disapproval. "Aiko," he began, "you know we are forbidden to touch women. How could you break such an important rule?" Aiko remained silent, his expression calm and untroubled. They walked the rest of the way without further discussion. Days passed, and the memory of the river crossing still gnawed at Takeshi. He couldn't understand how Aiko could be so serene after breaking a fundamental rule. Takeshi's mind swirled with judgment and confusion, clouding his thoughts during meditation and disturbing his sleep. One evening, as the sun dipped below the horizon, Takeshi finally confronted Aiko. "I cannot understand you, Aiko. You broke a rule we swore to uphold. How can you be at peace with such a burden?" Aiko looked at Takeshi with kind eyes and said softly, "Brother, I set the woman down by the river days ago. Why are you still carrying her?" Takeshi was taken aback. He realized that while Aiko had helped the woman and moved on, he had been carrying the weight of judgment and anger ever since. His obsession with Aiko's action had prevented him from finding peace. In that moment, Takeshi understood the true burden of judgment. It was not Aiko's actions that troubled him, but his own inability to let go. He saw clearly how his judgments were like heavy stones, weighing down his spirit and clouding his mind. With a deep breath, Takeshi closed his eyes and let go of his resentment. He felt a lightness in his heart, a freedom he hadn't known for days. He opened his eyes and smiled at Aiko, who nodded in understanding. From that day on, Takeshi learned to embrace compassion and to release the judgments that had burdened his soul. He realized that true peace came not from rigid adherence to rules, but from the ability to let go and live with an open heart. And so the two monks continued their journey together, both now carrying nothing but the lessons of compassion and the lightness of a clear mind. The monastery, nestled in the heart of the mountains, once again became a place of peace and wisdom, where the burdens of judgment were left behind at the river's edge. Moral of the story: judgment is a burden that clouds our mind and spirit. True peace and compassion come from letting go of unnecessary judgments. The story highlights the importance of living with an open heart and mind. If you find any life lessons from the story, do share and subscribe the channel for more moral story. Thank you.